This is our multi-trophic aquaculture system. This design is located in Lab 4, and this is the system that we'd be putting our designs in. Our project was to design a system that would be able to grow and house oysters. First, we had to calculate the tank sizes to build our designs, and then also get the system ready to put water and oysters inside. This included making sure that all the pipes were sealed, and filling the tanks with water, and checking the evaporation rate and other levels that would correspond to the oyster's health. Then we also had to calculate how much salt we would need to add to the system, and if we would need to add salt over time, and any other things that we need to add in over time for the oysters to survive.
For Design 1, a square shelf was made to hold the oysters. It was made out of PVC pipe and placed horizontally so the oysters could rest on it. We measured and cut 4 pieces of PVC pipe to 14 inches. A bandsaw was used to make the large rough cuts, and a pipe cutter was used to make small exact cuts. The 4 pieces were attached with elbows, and in order to fit the square structure into the circular tank with a 22-inch diameter, the elbows were cut diagonally. Once the structure could fit easily into the tank, a 29 by 29 inch square piece of netting was measured and cut, and then zip tied to the frame. A 1-inch diameter circle was cut out of the middle of it for the 8-inch drain pipe. Here is our final result.
For our design 2, our plan was to put 4 3/4-inch PVC pipe over the tank with 4 ropes hanging down from each pipe. The oysters will grow vertically along the rope, but this can only be achieved if you attach the oysters when they are babies. And to complete this design, we had to first cut the 3/4-inch PVC pipe in half lengthwise. We used the bandsaw to cut them in half while pushing it through the bandsaw. The 3/4-inch PVC pipe would be resting on the 2-inch PVC pipe on the outside of the tank. So we also had to use the bandsaw to cut the 2-inch PVC pipe in half lengthwise. Then we filed down the edges so they were clean, and also used the pneumatic sander to sand down the sides so that they would be smooth and fit on the edge of the 2-inch PVC pipe. We then also used another pneumatic sander to cut in the edges into the 2-inch PVC pipe. Since the tank was circular and we didn't want the pipe to fall down, we had to cut the edges on an arc. We then also used the notches to hold the 2-inch PVC pipe into the same spot on the tank. Here we are drilling 17 64th-inch holes through the 3/4-inch pipe for the 1/4-inch rope to put through it. We also had to put holes on the edge of the 3/4-inch pipe and along the 2-inch pipe so that we could have the smaller pipe sitting on top of the 2-inch pipe with screws through it so it would not fall off with the weight of the oysters. We then learned that the rope that we would have in the water would float. So we had to make a design that would have a weight on the end of the rope so that the oysters would be able to grow and be able to sink. For this, we had 2 solutions. Our first one was to take a 1.5-inch PVC pipe and cut it in half like we did with the other ones. Then we would drill holes through this, and that would line up with the other rope from the other PVC pipe. And we would put a rock or 2 on each of the PVC pipes, so then it would be weighted down. And then, for the second design, we were going to use netting. And so the rope would go through the netting with rocks on the inside of the netting. And these rocks would also weigh down the netting, so then the oysters would also be able to grow. After putting the rope through the PVC pipe and the netting, we melted the ends so that they would not be able to come back through and float back up to the surface. This is what our final project looked like with all of our completed designs. Thank you for watching our video.